So we're heading off to a renovation project we've just picked up for a client out in Moree. I want to bring you along for the ride today to just show you what we saw in this property, what some of the red flags were that we did need to take into consideration, and why in the end we thought it was worth taking the risk. So let's go take a look. So when we arrive at a property, one of the first things we do is to have a walk around and look at the foundation of the home. Have a look at the roof and the actual structure. We want to make sure a property has really solid bones before we go any further. Despite the roof and some gutters having some trees growing out of it, the roof's actually in reasonable condition. And one of the first ways to tell if a roof's in good condition is to look at the roof screws. And the roof screws on this particular property are actually really good. They haven't started rusting. So one of the first red flags that we noticed here is actually a whole lot of termite damage. Now that board is cosmetic, it's basically a trimming board, but the termites have eaten this out quite substantially. So we were really concerned about this, so that's why we wanted to make sure we got into the roof trusses and had a look and see if any of the other timbers in the property had any damage. So another big pro of this property is it is on a really substantial block. It's on just under 900 metres. But does have side access, and you could actually put a granny flat in the back here into the future. So that's a real value add. Coming off the garage here, you've actually got this lock-up room. And one of the ideas we floated was to turn this into a self-contained granny flat. Essentially the structure's all here, it would be really easy to do. But the downside is bedroom 1 and bedroom 2 actually have the windows opening out into this space, and if you were to enclose those windows, essentially those bedrooms wouldn't have any ventilation, wouldn't have any natural light, and would really take away from the value of the property. Coming into the home, I'm actually standing in where the kitchen should have been, but it had already been pulled out prior to us purchasing the property or even inspecting it the first time. But the beautiful thing with something like this is if you're buying a house with an outdated but functional kitchen, you're gonna rip it out anyway. So the fact that this property doesn't have a kitchen, a lot of people would walk in, balk at that, think it's not a habitable dwelling without a kitchen. But the fact is, if we're buying something with an older kitchen, we would have ripped it out anyway. So essentially we're just one tip run ahead by buying it in this condition already. These tiles are absolutely filthy, but I think they're gonna clean up really well. And that's going to save on a whole lot of reno costs. The bathroom is very, very rough. But similar to the kitchen, if we'd bought something with a dated bathroom, we were going to rip it out anyway. So that the fact that this one is in such a state turns off a lot of buyers from moving forward on something like this. But if it's old and dated, you're going to rip it out, you're going to modernise it. So it's really not the end of the world that it's already like this. Now we spoke about the termites outside earlier. And the reality is the inside, this is all block and concrete steel door frames. There's no way termites are eating through the concrete. And the actual roof trusses are silky oak hardwood timber. And crawling through the roof space here, it's all in a really good condition. It looks like those trusses were put in yesterday. They're in great condition. So overall, the actual bones and the structure of this property is really solid. So with any project, it really comes down to what we can pick the property up for, what's the purchase price, how much is it going to cost us to renovate the property, and at the end, what's it going to be worth when we sell it. Once we take into account those numbers, we can ask ourselves, is it worth taking on the risk? So let's head back to the studio and work out those numbers. So one of the first things you want to be looking at when doing a renovation project like this is actually what is the property going to be worth after the renovation? And that can be a difficult question to answer at times, especially in a suburb like Moree with a lot of older homes in the area. But there is a couple of strategies we can use to start to identify what the likely sale price will be. First one is having a look at the median sale price. So we can see that the median sale price for the suburb is $670,000, and this is for 3-bedroom homes. If we look at all properties, it goes up to 711. But for 3-bedroom properties, we're looking at a median sale price of $670,000. Now, like I say, there's a lot of older homes in Moree, a lot of properties that are in their original condition. So that $670,000 starts to give us a good understanding. From there, what I do is jump into realestate.com And I go into the sold section. Now I type in the suburb, I want to be looking at houses, I want to be looking at 3-bedroom properties. And this is where I then start to have a look at some properties that are somewhat comparable. And my goal here is to find a property that's superior to the property we're going to renovate. So no matter what renovations we do, it will be a superior home. And I want to find an inferior home, so a property that's not quite as good as the one we're renovating. And that's going to start to give us our price range. So looking at some of these comparables, we've got this one for $671,000. This property, I believe this might be digital staging. No, I think it's actual staging that's gone into the home. But looking at it, the kitchen's quite old. The carpet's looks okay, but the bathroom's original. So this one sold for $671,000. This is what I would consider an inferior property to the property where we're going to be renovating. So this starts to create a base price. From here, we've got one that sold for $755,000. So looking at this one, we can see it does have a pool, so that's a big plus. It does have the solar. The kitchen has been renovated. It's a much bigger kitchen. Beautiful floor tile on this one. Looking at this property, raked ceilings, much higher ceilings. I really like this painted wall feature. That's actually quite a nice touch that they've done there. So this one sold for $755,000. Now this is a far superior home. It's in a better location of Warri. It's a bigger home. It has had that renovation to a really high standard plus the pool. So 755 is definitely superior to what we're likely to achieve. So we're looking at 671 as an inferior home, 755 as a superior property. And then what else do we have here? This one here for $711,000. This property is in original condition. So you got the original timber trims, green walls, which that's exciting. Original kitchens, original bathrooms, backing onto a park. Look, a neat, tidy home. But this one sold for $711,000. So looking at our superior sales, looking at those 755 sales, looking at their definitely inferior sales around that 670 mark, looking at this one, which I'd also consider it an inferior sale, an inferior property, but sold for 711, makes me feel confident that that low sevens is very much achievable for this property and that we likely could achieve around that sort of $715,000 mark. So now that we know what a likely valuation price is on this property once it is complete, once that renovation is done, we can then jump into the spreadsheets to start working out, is there actually going to be enough fat in this property to warrant the risk? So looking at it, we ended up purchasing this property at $530,000. We then pay around $17,000 stamp duty. All in, we're in it for $551,000. So that's by the time you pay your stamps, your solicitors. The renovation budget, we're actually budgeting around $75,000 to do this renovation. I won't go through this in detail, but you're welcome to pause the video and look at our breakdown of costings. So to jump into the end results, our purchase price, including the stamp duty, your solicitor's fees, is $551,000. The reno costs, including holding costs, is around $75,000. So all in, we're in this property for $626,000 by the time the renovations are done. And the post-renovation valuation, based on those recent sales, I would be confident is going to come in around $715,000. So this gives a value uplift of $88,000 on the total cost, which means we could refinance out 80% of the uplift and basically pull $71,000 out of this deal to be able to go on to another deal. The other option is to turn around and sell the property, take that $88,000 profit. You will pay sales agent fees and you will pay taxes on that. Or like I say, you can finance out the equity, use that equity to go out and buy another renovator, another project, put this property on the rental market, and this property would rent for equivalent to a $715,000 property, so probably around that $650, $700 per week mark, but you're only in this property for $626, so it would be very close to neutrally geared, if not positively geared, after a couple of years of ownership. So this is what really excites me about this sort of BRRRR method of buying these sort of properties, renovating them, renting them out, refinancing and going again. So this property at $88,000 value uplift, would you take it on? Is it a property that you would be willing to take the risk? For us, we thought this was a cracking project.